The cloud. Everybody got the little pop-up. Happy New Year. All right. Um, I put a link to the agenda in the chat. So we'll do this the same way we always do. News and announcements, roundtable with staff, roundtable with um, public libraries. But I do want to start where we have some news. So Bonnie, hit it.
Well, I'll put a twist on it. Last night at our library board, I was demoted. I am I am no longer the director. I am the assistant director for the time being. Um, my husband retired Monday, so now he's sort of the full-time digital navigator cap on his head. Um, and my plan was tomorrow was supposed to be my last day, but there's always issues of trying to hire people during the holidays and different things. So
Mhm.
my board offered the contract this morning to Alexa Fletcher. She is a digital navigator, so some of you might have had contact with her. Very energetic, very excited. I think she'll be a great addition, not only to Weir, but to the whole library system, both as a director and as a digital navigator.
Yep. She
My
is.
coworker, who was the assistant director slash youth services, gave her notice. Next
Mm.
Friday is her last day, which kind of put whereas, oh, there's no experienced people going to work. So I will be continuing to work at Weir Library a couple days a week, probably through mid-March. And
Okay.
then the library will decide what direction they're going as far as whether they will hire another part-time person, reduce hours, switch hours, days. It's kind of a flux kind of
Yep.
deal at this point till we see how everything pans out. But um, I've worked for the library since August of 2018. It's been one of the funnest, easiest, fulfilling jobs I've ever had. I've worked in education. I've was a secretary for a lawyer. I've done lots of things in my life. I was a fitness coach for Curves. I've done all kinds of things. But this was really fun and very fulfilling. And I feel like the people that I've met through this job are going to be my lifelong friends.
Aw, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on retirement. Tell Buzz congratulations as well. And I am glad to hear there's going to be that overlap. I think that's real helpful for starting Alexa off on the right foot. So,
I agree.
um, and then, oh, you guys might have seen her. Alexa joined Darren on the TV, on the TV
Yes.
interview. So that's Alexa. All right. Morgan, do you want to tell your news again, if you're able?
What news of Colony?
Colony.
I accepted the position of as director at Colony as well as Kincaid, so I will be going back and forth to both. I've been doing both since November 17th was my first day at Colony. We did Christmas break and we hosted a New Year's party for the first time and it was so much fun and I've had a lot of kiddos show up, so that's great.
Yay. Awesome. Okay, so you're newish. And then we had Cassandra and Emily from Howard, who are going to be the co-directors at Howard. They came and visited us this week. And when no, when Emily left, she was her when she started, she was kind of like, I'm not sure. And when she left, her face was just glowing. She's like, "You guys do so much." They're like, "Yes, yes, we do." So I think she was happy to know that she's got support. Um, but congratulations to everybody on new positions. All right, now I got to go look at the agenda because that's where all my notes are. And you guys don't need to see it. Okay, legislative update. So this morning the assistant directors met with the state librarian, and I just wanted to let you know because the legislative session is going to start next Monday, and they want it to be quick like it was last year. So there's going to be a lot happening in a very short amount of time. Um, Two things that you and anybody that's on my board you're going to hear about: revocation of redundant regulations. Uh, every 5 years, every agency is asked to go through the regulations, which are the rules, to see if there's anything that can be removed. And Ray found at least two, probably three that are redundant. They don't need to be there. They just repeat exactly what's in the law. So there's going to be, he's making the recommendation that we uh, delete some of these regulations, but he wants everybody to be very aware. And so I'll send out that information to the executive board. I put down the battle of the budgets. So normally it is the governor's job to create a budget, and she's still doing that and going to be announcing, I think her state of the state address is next Tuesday. And so that's when she'll announce her budget. But in parallel, the legislature is again creating their own budget, and spent 45 minutes reviewing the state library budget and asking questions of the state librarian. He was told he, quote, got off easy compared to some of the other agencies that were being interviewed. And we did find out if the subcommittee of budgets for the Senate stays the same, there are several senators who we have worked very positively with in the past and who understand what public libraries do, but more importantly, what the regional library systems do, including Senator Fagg, who Annalise, your area, he covers Greenwood County. So we're just going to be keeping track of that. We do have Library Legislative Day coming up, and we're waiting to hear what if they're going to be new talking points are. I know two of you are interested in coming, so we will figure out how to meet up, and I will drive us to Topeka on Tuesday the 27th. And then, House Bill 2410, I told you guys about that last month. The state library is working on some neutral position statements, and he feels what he wants to do is draw out or highlight that 2410 is very confusing and complicates things. So it's not necessary, and it adds some additional complication to the process of creating a state district library. And then we, as a group, are also going to be working on Regulation 54-117. That's the one that talks about manifest harm. So if a new library district or a new county library system, or some new library wants to be established, the state library and the state library board technically have an opportunity to review it and decide if it's going to cause manifest harm to the library system. Meaning, if three of our counties were to decide they wanted to become countywide systems like Coffee County, we would lose all of that funding. And so would that cause us manifest harm? Yeah, probably. So we might be defining what manifest harm is, because after, we've been around 60 years this year, and we still have never had a definition of manifest harm. So that's some of the stuff that we're talking about that's upper level. And we will be talking about all of these things with the legislators in one-on-one meetings on Tuesday, the 27th. Any questions? Everybody's eyes glaze over. That's fine. This is supposed to be my job. So, Sandy, Mike, and I will be taking the Money Matters pre-conference that we did at KLA and chunking it and making it like a series or a course on budgeting. So we're meeting next week about that. So watch for it. Now's the time to be developing or to looking at your working budget for my public librarians. And I would ask you, I think this is really, really important, contact your city clerk and verify how much you can expect to receive in tax income. Just reach out, say, hey, I'm working on we're working on our working budget. We want to make sure that what we expect is what you expect, and we're on the same page. And if you're not on the same page, then you can call me. So there's that. Also for the public libraries, allocation is open, and I have only about a third of you that have finished it. So are you able to get into your library access folder? Kanie, Jennifer, Rawson. I do know your last name.
Um, in the paper, I had requested from the county how much we were gonna receive, and I never heard back from them. But they did put it in the newspaper. In our local newspaper, how much, each budget line was.
Hmm.
So I can go by that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry.
Okay. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to ask them to give you a copy of the city's workbook, like all the different pages. You can do that. They may or may not give it to you, but they should at least give you the pages that say library somewhere on them. Okay, allocation. If anybody has issues getting into their library access folder, which remember the allocation form is online this year, let us know. Hopefully it's easier than it has been in years past. Brenda Armstrong is on her way to Vegas, but she just, had this one last thing she wanted to ask about, which was if you have any outstanding invoices from us that she sent you, please get those in front of your board and paid sooner than later. Thank you. And the substitute program, there's Karen, is available. You can go to our website, shows the procedures, the guidelines. We have a couple of libraries who have been taking full advantage of Karen, and I just want to make sure that the rest of you do as well. For my larger libraries, if you feel that you have a pressing need for a substitute, let me know, because I think we might need to be adjusting our guidelines a little bit. And last but not least, I'm going to do a real quick screen share and prove that we have actually been working on a new website. Share screen. I'm going to do my entire screen. Alrighty. That is the revised website as I've tried to get it. So it's still, we hit a snag in that it doesn't have a directory. So until we can figure out a directory, it's going to stay a test site. But Jason, because he's really good with color, he came up with this version, which is a little bit earthier. We'll probably go with Jason's earthier version because it's pretty. But if you are interested in being a beta test site and letting me go through with you where we have things on the website so that we can see if it's logical, if it makes sense, please email me, let me know, volunteer, and I would love to have some testers. Thank you. All right, that is it for me. Any questions? Okay, good. All right. And then next we have Amy Iben.
Good afternoon. Not a lot from me today. I'm still busy fielding your questions about allocation in the state survey, so go ahead and continue sending those my way. That's fine. Please send us your impact stories for Library Legislative Day. Those are due by January 19th. We also love photos with a little bit of context. We are also accepting news, announcements, photos for the newsletter, and those are also due January 19th. Yes, Sharon.
I see that we have a couple of academics. We want your impact stories too. If the system has been helpful to you or Virginia, seek and find, we would like that as well, because I know that the fact that the system provides service to all of you. So school libraries and academics. So we want everybody. The impact stories aren't just for public libraries.
And the newsletter is for everybody too, so please send send me whatever you got, however small. And that is it.
All right. Kim, I have you up next.
Okay. Happy New Year to everybody. And I just want to remind you if you have a backlog of cataloging and need help getting caught up, just let us know and we'll help you out. And if you received a grant for like games or board games, stuff like that, we can catalog for catalog them or help you. So just like I said, we're here to help you and get caught up. So and don't forget, we have the cover one available for you to fix your books if you need to. And that's it.
Awesome sauce. Thank you. Oh, DVDs. We clean DVDs and we laminate as well.
Yes.
All right. Darren, were you able to call in? Okay. I think he's on the road. So he's getting ready to take a whole bunch of stuff to Madison for the doc grant to do a uh, mobile makerspace program. He sent out an email earlier this week. Did everybody get it? Explain, yeah. So he and I worked on that together. I thought it was a really good overview of everything that the grant can bring to you and to your library. Again, all kinds of libraries. He's kind of excited about being at basketball games because there's lots of parents at those. So consider him and your digital navigators in your plans for 2026 and take full advantage of that grant. All right, Brenda.
You don't really have a lot. I'm going to piggyback onto what Kim said. If you do send things for cataloging or cleaning or for whoever, make a note on it so that we know when we open the bags where it's supposed to go and what it's for. That's just helpful. Beyond that, I know we're all starting over. The courier. I don't know about the rest of you. We got slammed the last 2 days just catching up from the courier being shut down. But things are moving. People are starting to read since they're done with Christmas. That's good news.
Okay.
One more thing. I did see that there's a new library that was added. Of course, Seth may say this. We have Frontenac's on the courier now too. So make sure that your labels are up to date. Your board, just go through them and check and make sure you've got the correct information so that packages get routed to the right place.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Well, and Brenda is the person who purchases books when anybody either voluntarily donates money to the digital book fund, or in one of the grants that's open right now is your digital resources grant, where we have the $40,000. It's been divided among the academics and the publics, and you get to decide, does it go to Brenda to purchase books for Cloud Library? Does it go to Hoopla? Or does it go to something completely different like Canopy or Sunflower e-Library, whatever. So that that application is open, and just know that Brenda is the one that's purchasing the materials based on the funds that you guys give us.
I will say, I don't know if she's on the call, but Angela at Chitopa reached out. She had a patron looking for a title in ebook format, and I was able to find it. And so I've already done a little order and purchased that. So if that happens, if you've got patrons that are looking for things that are only in either audio or ebook, not everything's available. Tammy has had me looking for things that aren't available, unfortunately. Yeah, some few, but not everything. But it's worth a shot. Just email me the title, and if it's on there, this is your money that's going into the fund. So might as well get things bought for your patrons.
Okay. So yeah, so patron requests. All right. Tammy.
So I just wanted to remind you of some upcoming summer library program workshop dates. February 6th, there is an online Color Our World creative library program for adults sponsored by NEKLS. And I have not received registration for that yet, but I will share it when I get it. February 19th is the Teen Idea Share, which Annalise, who I saw earlier, hi Annalise, and Brandon and Jennifer McCauley, our special guest, will be uh, uh, sharing their great ideas um, around teen programming during the summer. And then March 5th is our in-person workshop in Iola. I had it on the calendar as SLP, Summer Library Program, and I heard several people say it's not on the calendar. So I updated it to say Summer Library Program. Sorry about that. Sometimes I use acronyms without thinking of the consequences. So you should be able to find it on the calendar now. So mark your date, your calendar for any of those dates or all of those dates. You're welcome to attend them all. And if you attend one that is sponsored by another agency, make sure you let us know so we can get you CE. Also, thank you, Sharon. Also, I linked some of the past workshops and some information from CSLP on other workshops that hadn't been promoted out that I was aware of on our website, on our old website. It's not on the new website yet, but you can find them at the link that is shared in the agenda. And I'll also put that one in the chat. And if you watch those, they are also available for CE, so let us know. This year, and this is important to note because it's a change, summer library program materials that typically come on the courier, we're going to try distributing them at the March 5th workshop. This has been done in years past, as I understand, successfully, and we're going to try it again this year. Carol's helping me organize that, so hopefully we'll have your order ready. Hand it to you. You can check and make sure everything's right there at the workshop. If you don't plan to attend the March 5th workshop, then after March 5th, I'm going to have to hear from you on how you plan to get your workshop materials. I'm going to pause for a minute. Do you have any questions about that? Every year I hear from one or two libraries that their stuff got lost on the courier and it's a scramble. So we're going to try it this way and see what happens. So hang in there with us on that one. If you have questions, just email me. That's fine. If you don't want to talk about it now. Then the last thing I have is I was contacted by a school teacher who was interested in writing a grant to put together. She's a family and consumer science teacher, so home ec. And she's interested in writing a grant to promote family and consumer science through a curated collection and a display. And she reached out to our system. She's in our system, and she reached out to say, hey, would the libraries be interested in displaying this and having books that are available to circulate, that patrons would be able to check out the books in the collection. It would stay at your library for like 3 weeks, and then everything would be collected and move on to the next library. So I just wanted to bring it here and let you know that this is a potential, and also see who might be interested in hosting something unique like that at their library. Might be a good opportunity for you to partner with your schools and say, hey, we have this really cool collection that someone in the field has put together, and you know, how would you like to use it, or what would you like to do? Maybe we could have a special program, or just bring your students over and check it out or talk about it or something. So if that sounds interesting to you, and you would like to host it at your library, I'd like to hear from you. You can drop me an email so that I get a good idea. The numbers will help her when she's writing her grant application. Questions about that? Anyone interested? I saw a couple of heads shaking. Yes. Bobbin.
Samantha
Still.
asked, what was the title of the program again?
It's a family and consumer science, so FACS program.
All right. Okay. Oh, good.
All right, that's it for
Yeah.
me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Cindy.
Okay. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I lost my list. Um, where's it at? Oh, I'm gonna have to wing it. This will be fun. Anyway, still doing the same old things, trying to get to the libraries and bringing the new forms with me. We have new brochures too that I'm going to be bringing along. They're shiny and thick and some new freebies that I'll bring. Oh gosh, I can't believe I lost my list. Hold on. Oh, there it
You
is. I got it.
willing to do trustee training?
Yes. So to promote talking books, I'm visiting libraries still. I'm calling and then sometimes going to care facilities when they want more information or they have residents who do want to get started with the Talking Books program. And then just this week, I went to Chanute Elementary, and she was so excited about the possibilities available to students who are low vision or have dyslexia. So I'm also, oh, part-time job, but I'm going to try to be contacting public schools too. Um, and yes, trustee training. I still am willing to come out and do that because it's great fun for me also. Um, I'm assuming it's fun for the trustees, but it's true. We do laugh and talk. Um, and then any civic organization, if there's a senior group that you have at your library, I'd be happy to come and do a program for whatever length of time you would like. Or if there's a senior group in your town, like I went to Thayer and did one for them, which was really nice. For me, I'm not saying it was nice for them, but they were very nice. Anyway, and I'm happy to come to your library and help any patrons fill out the application forms or explain it. We would like, the Talking Books would like to have all of the libraries have a machine as a demo because everybody knows someone who is using the large print books to read. This is a free program. Why not? Your tax dollars at work. Also, there's no limit. Like if you're trying to check something out from the state, sometimes you can't get it. But with Talking Books, you can always get everything. Those cartridges hold up to 30 books. So it's not like you're sending them back and forth through the mail a lot. So yes, please, please, libraries, get a demo machine. Um, it's not something you would check out, but we would like for you to have it sitting out, maybe with brochures, and then people could say, "Hey, what's that?" And, "Oh, yes, my great nephew has dyslexia. That might be good for them," things like that. Um, and then lastly, already starting on Aging with Attitude Expo that's in April, we're going to go back to Independence. Boy, that was a nice facility we had there at the college. And April 24th. So I'll be getting more information out for everybody to share. And that's about it.
I think that's enough for a part-time job. Goodness gracious. All right. Jason.
Okay, so I'm still missing a few participation agreements for the 25-26 cycle. If you haven't returned yours, please do so. You can click that spreadsheet that I've linked up in the agenda, or it's also posted. There's a link on the news when you first log into Koha. So just check and see if you've got a blank next to your name, and if you do, please send me a copy. Hopefully, I'm assuming that some of them got lost on the courier because that happens every year. I'm happy to accept that digitally too. So if you can just scan it in, that'll work too. The For the year in Seek and Find stats, I was just going to share my screen real fast because that'll be easier than me spewing out words. So for my public libraries, I've gone and run all your stats. I've posted a news item here. It's got your link to the state survey. It's got all the numbers that Koha knows about. So if I can pull the data from Koha, it's there when you first log into Koha. If you're on a different page, you can always get back to that by hitting your home or your Koha icon. Now, I want to always add the disclaimer on this. This is only what Koha can see. So if you've been tracking numbers outside of Koha, some of you have no data for your external share it and internal share it or your share it stuff. You're going to have to add that in. If you've tracked anything where you've like accidentally checked something out, you're going to have to subtract that out. So this isn't the be all end all, but it's a step towards getting that survey filled out. Um, and I did put a reminder there that you can get your login information for the survey in your library access folder as well. So if you're having trouble logging in, that's stored there. If you have questions about any of the stuff that I've posted here, I'm happy to discuss it with you. I challenge you to challenge me, just in case if the numbers look weird to you, I want to know because it could be that I've done something wrong or I've gotten it's happened in the past where the lines have gotten off. So I did triple check everything, but just to be certain. There was a change as well. The 11 section changed last year, and I just updated that for my processes this year. So pay special attention to those 11s just in case something looks a little off, let me know. The other thing I wanted to talk about was updates to the slips, which we've been discussing over the past year. We want to reduce the amount of private information we're sending on the courier, so the slips are going to be changing. I rewrote all the code to all the slips, and I'll be pushing those changes on Monday. So this is the change that is going to require you to print 2 slips moving forward. When you're sending something out for a hold, you're going to get this slip on the left here. And then anything that comes in with that slip in it, you're going to check it in again and print the slip in the middle for your patron. So these are the ones we're moving towards. The return slip is the one you don't have to print, but we've changed the verbiage a little. So like it's obvious that an incoming thing has hold and outgoing thing has return. So if you get a thing in with a slip in it, you can easily recognize. But those slips on the right are not required. We do have some libraries that do print them, but it's not a requirement to do so. Okay, so that's what I wanted to screen share. If you have questions about that, again, that's coming Monday. So if it does something funky, let me know. Again, I've been testing and I think everything is gonna work just great, but sometimes it doesn't. Also on Monday, that's the date at which Frontenac's items are going to start rolling out of new, which means that their collection largely is going to become available for sharing. So if you've been waiting to put holds on some of his stuff, thank you, Seth. You should have Seth should be starting to see a holds queue on Monday, and courier's all set up, so you should feel free to start placing holds on his stuff. And then lastly, I just wanted to remind everybody that we are available for inventory. I don't have anybody on my list right now, but if it's something that you're interested in, us coming and scanning your collection, reach out and we can get that scheduled.
We can help with weeding too, and Karen is available to help us to help with the weeding. So usually Amy will be your contact person if you need help weeding, but we can, that's I guess a system service that we do as well. All right. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everybody. Anything else from staff? Going once, going twice. All right. Member roundtable. Anything for the good and welfare? Anything you want to share? Any questions, Samantha?
I had one for Cindy. Do you know anything about the SEK Area Agency on Aging, their legal document clinic? Or,
No, but I can. Oops.
I actually
Mm,
can help you with that.
Oh, go
well,
ahead.
can someone?
Okay, so I'm on the Family Strong committee, and um, I work with the attorneys and stuff that are actually working with that. And so what they're doing on this project is they are setting up in different places, and people can come in and they will help them do simple wills, power of attorneys, um, living wills, things like that. They'll get all their information from them, and then their office will get them typed up and everything, and then send them their documents.
Okay, so then my question is, how do I get on that list
To
to
what to
host
get
it here?
to host it. Actually, if you will email me your information, we actually have a meeting um, coming up in the next couple days, and I will give them your information and tell them that you're interested in hosting.
Okay. Can you put your email address in the chat?
Sure.
Thanks.
Awesome. Oh, as Iola, is anybody doing financial literacy, or have you done a financial literacy course? And if so, who did you partner with? This came up at my board meeting on Monday.
I don't know if this counts, but I took like a universal class through the Kansas library thing. I took a accounting class.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. We'll look. All right, so it's Iola. And okay. Anyone else?
We have something real quick.
Mhm.
We have a ton of DVDs. Some of them are full TV series. They're all in excellent shape. We do not have DVDs here at Frontenac, but I need to find a home for them. So if any of you are needing DVDs, just shoot me an email and we'll be taking an inventory of what we have. And I am glad to send you a list, and I'm happy to send those on courier to you. Um, I just want my back room back.
Mhm.
So let me
Same
know.
thing, Seth. Can you put your email in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, thank you. Oh, and then I was telling Seth about this before we started. I saw that Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and the restaurant Toast are doing your Spice Club, where the chef from Toast comes up with the recipe and gets the spices in bulk. So it's kind of like what Elk County or what Greenwood County did with their Spice of the Month. So anyway, that sounded exciting. I want to make that apple cinnamon whatever thing that she came up with. All right, let's catch up with the chat. Mound City, Brittany, we've received more books lately where the slip is midway through the book. Please have employees place them in the front. Don't they slip down if you put them in the front? Yeah, they slip down if you put them in the front. I guess you could put them near the front. And then Kincaid, Morgan says, Kincaid is having an innovation day. Yes, they're having an innovation day Saturday from 11 to 3. If you want to come and see all the stuff that the Doc Grant, Darren and his digital navigators are doing. So that will be at Kincaid this Saturday. Oh, good. Gerard is also in that partnership, is doing a partnership with Toast. If you've not been to Toast, that restaurant is awesome. And yes, no tape. Tape is bad. Tape's like almost as bad as glitter. So do not use tape on courier bags.
I will say the one library that I know that does it consistently is not in our system.
Okay.
So
are you going to tattletale? Do I need to like call up a system director and say, hey?
Sure, it's Hutch. So go right ahead. Call their system.
Who?
Hutch.
Oh.
Hutch Public. Good luck with that.
You're a large library. They should know better. Okay.
And then to add into what Brittany asked, I've noticed, and I know that we've had some changeover in employees, the slip's getting put clear inside the book, like in the pocket. You know, you can do what you want to, but if you want to be nice, if you have that sticking out the top, it sure makes it go faster when we're opening the bags to sort and know what's going on. So
like
that's just, I would say my 2 cents, but
okay.
pennies are worth nothing anymore. Nickel.
They don't make them anymore.
I have a whole bunch, so I can supply you.
There you
with
go. And Seth said, as a reminder, I can't say say his last name, Seth.
Potosnik.
Potosnik is going to be at his library on the 17th at 10:30. Your very first author talk. Congratulations. Did you invite the newspaper?
Yes, we've done a press release.
Awesome. Great. Will the books be available for purchase? Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Congratulations. And okay.
I do have some other really exciting news to share from Frontenac. So a couple weeks ago, I received an email from a producer with the CBS Morning, CBS National News with Gail King and Tony and Nate. She has family connections here in Southeast Kansas, and this summer was traveling through for a family reunion and happened to come get coffee at the coffee shop because they had opened up in June. The library, of course, wasn't quite open yet, but they are planning a new series kicking off here in 2026 focused on America's 250th anniversary, highlighting, basically the sacred things that have become, the fabric of our American history and culture. So they have decided that they're going to highlight the Frontenac Library and the Tavella family and their legacy that they left building our library and stuff. So we will be on national TV, which we're kind of nervous and excited about both in March and stuff. So I will let you guys know the date of the airing, but looking early to mid March. You guys are the first ones to know besides my board. We haven't even went public with it yet. That'll probably be coming out this afternoon or tomorrow.
Okay.
But really excited about that, not just for Frontenac, but just for libraries in general. So people can remember that, hey, we're still here and we're still relevant and active. And yeah, we're really, really pumped about it.
Yay, that is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's see. Katie's having an open house on the 9th, 10-year anniversary. Congratulations. My grandmother's birthday. And Parsons Window Project finalized next month. Okay, so you're going to do an open house so we can all come and eat cookies and okay, awesome. And oh, Seth, Bonnie says your connections with the mine workers meeting. So did you do a presentation or host?
We're partnering with the Mine History Association. They're hosting their conference in Crawford County this coming summer, and we will be on one of their travel days for rotation. They're going to come through the museum and spend a little time here. So really excited about that too.
Congratulations. Kevin. If you're talking, we're not hearing you.
Is that better?
Yep, now we can hear you.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna say we were having a big book sale here at the end of the month to help make way for all of the new items that we're going to need to be weeding out and then replacing in the collection for the upcoming year.
Awesome. Um, yeah, send us information. We can always post that on our social media as well. I would be remiss, so I'm putting in the chat, the State Library of Kansas is also, they're doing a Kansas 250 bookshelf. Humanities Kansas had, Iola got one of the Humanities Kansas Declaration at 250 traveling exhibits. So there's a lot of 250, I mean, 1776 to 2026. It's a kind of a big deal. So, I put in the chat the state libraries, all the information and all the programming and book lists and things that they've put together to celebrate the state, our road to statehood and things like that. And we will also we'll have some sort of a fun birthday party. Um, uh, well, for the system and then also for Iowa Public, because we're 120 years old. Has anybody heard any more about the Carnegie grant? I'm just looking for the $10,000. We haven't got ours yet. So, okay. Great. Good news. I love good news. Thank you. We like positive. All right. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. And okay, so we're gonna have an open house, an author event, another open house. We've got a lot of fun things planned for this year. And we'll just travel from library to library and eat cookies. So, all right. Let us know if you need anything from us. Good luck with your state library report, especially for my new folks. That's what Amy can help with. And have a wonderful, warm January. Weird. All right. Okay. Bye.